Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I was inspired again, and for some reason Mars really gets me building. I'm not sure why. It's not only because I kind of want to go into the next steps and maybe go back to Earth. It's also because I don't know. I like it here. It sounds really weird. So you can see that I finished a bit of a flight deck. We can store the ships there now. I have made it possible so that cargo drones can land there. We still have the option to land them on the big crawler, but I want to be a bit more safe with this whole thing here, and it's nice to have it. I can go there, can send it off again, and I have a place for all the other ships to stay in. At the moment I'm testing some new mods that I brought in. It's just, I don't know, I'm constantly taking a look at mods that if I like them, if I don't like them, if I want to use them. There's another version of the VZZ elevator. It's a cargo elevator. We will take a look at that in a second. It doesn't work. It's just a test version, so it's nothing where you can ask me to download it, because it's a thing that I kind of want to follow and see how it gets better and better. I'm assuming, because the normal elevator turns out to work really well. If there's certain things that make it problematic, but that mostly I think is related with build style and all that stuff. And then I found some RTGs. These I want to test kind of, because RTGs, the idea of RTGs I think is nice, and having a really low power source but runs for a really long time, that seems to be nice. I will take a look at that. We know the gravitic evasive thrusters, that's just a different version of them. Wanted to take a look at that. I don't know, there's so much stuff I try to look at and then get rid of it again, because it's just sometimes the mods don't add so much that I really like to keep them, but sometimes they are nice and I will keep them. Oh, I shouldn't. I'm rambling on and I'm stalling something. So yeah, we will go over to the yeah, I'm stalling. I'm so sorry. I'm stalling. It's just because I started building on the mining rig and I couldn't hold myself back to yeah, really start the thing and make it work more on the rolling chassis. I kind of figured out how I want to do the whole mechanism, and I will do it the same way as the mining machine, but again with a bit of a twist. I made this mount here that I want to use to have a drill rig that sits in here with some pistons that then yeah, are able to just go down, drill into the surface, and I can just bring them back if I want to move the whole thing. I will not leave the mining machine on its own terms, kind of. It will not just stand there. I've also a way to lock it down so that we don't run into the problem that it moves away and then something breaks here. So I will anchor it and then it will start to drill. I can do that by just, yeah, use the same mechanism that I now use for the big truck, to just lower the wheels, lock it down, and then work with that. I didn't want to do that. Reload my battery here. I took a deeper look into the Badger mole. I tried it out a bit more. I dug some holes, and let's say it that way. this whole mechanism is too complicated for a big drilling rig. The badger mole lives off of its mobility, so it can follow its drills into the channels you dig and can start to drill in the whole thing. This thing will never be able to do that. So this thing is just too heavy, too big to do anything like that. So having a turret mechanism on there that works with MART or something like that, it's just not possible. We couldn't make crazy long piston contraptions on there and then have basically the same as this thing, just movable, and that's not what I want. So with this thing I can drive over to a spot, can drive the machine over the whole mining patch basically, and then drill into it. I have containers here that will hold the drilled stuff or the drilled out stuff. I want to put in some machines on this side to counter the weight, but blocks do that relatively well already. The back part here, I have to, it's so weird how this whole thing balances out at the moment. The front part is a lot less heavy because of the missing section here than the back part, and so I will have to work on this. What I want to do today is bring in the pistons. I want to go first with 4 pistons because I have the feeling that I'm using, I think, 4 pistons on the mining machine too, and the mining machine has crazy reach for the whole thing. And this, you can see, this is a mock-up basically of the drill head. I want to have 2 heads, middle drill, then 2 heads in every direction, and there will be a rotor, and then the pistons sit above that. And with 4 pistons, the mining machine on the alien planet can go really, can go deep. That sounds weird. So it can drill out a good sized hole and can really dig for materials, and this thing should be able to do that too. And the whole mining head itself is a lot closer to the ground, so it will be even able to go. It will be able to go even deeper. I can't get closer to this hole, but we can. What we can do is we can lower the whole thing here, so we can drive away with the mining rig, and this will be the front. You can see on the right side will be the cockpit, and with this lowered I can then bring the wheels up again, and then we just drive off. So this will be the cockpit. I will make it pressurizable, kind of. That's just the idea, because this thing has a whole lot of space, and it would be just neat to have a way to pressurize it, work on here, maybe put a reactor on here, put the O2 generators on here, and then be able to drive it off, have it work somewhere, and maybe have a bit of space for a ship that can land on here, just so we don't have to always bring the whole thing back. And with a ship landing here, we could move out the material, kind of like with a cargo drone, and we could use a cargo drone for that. So that should be the way to go, I have the feeling. And then we can just move from patch to patch with this thing. So you can see that there's a way it is able to bring up the whole thing a bit higher than yeah, than just the when it hangs down, kind of. One thing I don't know how this whole works out will be if it starts to slope down here or droop down here, that we will only be able to see if the pistons are attached and the rotors and the drills. So let's bring this thing back up. If we drive it, we will have to put in all the rotor locks and all that stuff, so this thing can't really get away from us. Good. What I want to do now is put in the pistons. I will just start with this, and we will do the same that we did on the mining machine. I will go with the tubes from the conveyor tubes from Eichster, and we will use these then to loop around. And again, if we need to have a hole that is a whole lot deeper, we can put in basically just another loop of 2 pistons. I hope that with the 2 pistons we don't run into too crazy problems. The problem that I notice is we might not be able to do that here. This is not good, because the tubes will be up against the piston. Maybe it works. Maybe it works. We will have to test that. If it doesn't, then okay, then we will have to live with it and maybe change out the idea to do something else. Let me grab the tubes. I need this later. So what I did with the mining machine is I went in and used these, and then these pipes curved long and made it connect up. So let us test how that works. Oh no, I did. No, I did it differently. Okay, let us just open a second set. I need some. I will use these pipes because these don't have a support. I don't know if they maybe lack the attachment points, the side attachments or something like that. I will also use this and maybe bring in this. Okay. I think it doesn't really matter. We do game post. Oh, I pressed some button and I don't know which one. Let me figure this out. I don't. Sometimes the pause button, I don't know what that is, where that comes from, how to use it. That's just really the pause button on the keyboard. Okay, let us go up, and we will do it, yeah, with these pipes again. I hope that we can just do it that way. The question is, will the... okay, I know what I need. I need this. This. The pipe curves. It looks so flimsy, but it really works well. It does on the mining machine too, and I can only hope that nothing droops and nothing just goes completely haywire with the 2 pistons. And I hope that I can just have 2 pistons on here that hopefully nothing scrapes against other things. And okay, where's the tubes again? I need this thing again, and then we attach pistons to it again. Okay, let us go back to 1 7. This, so it works from the whole. Okay, now I have to go into. I want to keep the mock-up for now, just so I can see where everything needs to go. I want to have it under the middle here, so this is the middle part of the whole thing, so it can go straight down into the drills with maybe, yeah, I think I will go into a conveyor block, then into the rotor, and then into the directly into the drills. It's a bit weird, so get rid of the color, and now we can only hope that the top piston works without anything breaking. Let us see if that works. It does. That's neat. So we can use this way, and nothing should scrape, nothing should break when it goes down. So we will go into a conveyor and now into the drills. 1, 2. Okay, the rotor. Don't forget the rotor. I will put the rotor on last because the rotor is a bit. We couldn't put the rotor up there. That would just not work. It is nice to have, or it's bad enough to have a lot of subgrids here, but then having a rotor up there that kind of drives all the subgrids, that sounds so clangy to me. And I want to avoid that for now. I just want to avoid that for now. Good, let us now put on the drills. And then we have to move the whole thing to, don't know, make a test drill somewhere. I know that some of you might not like this episode because it's just something I already did, but we will definitely take a look at this. I hope nobody thinks that I'm completely all over the place. But that's the thing I need right now to find some materials here on the planet. I noticed, by the way, that I'm running out of stuff. And that's bad. I don't want to always go back into space to bring in the stuff, although I could. Oh, I missed. Drill here, 9. And then I also want to kind of make a brace around this so that it. Oh, I forgot something that I wanted to do. But can we do that somehow? Okay, let me do something. We can put this on here. I want to have a brace around it, but I want to have the whole thing again needs a bit of counterweight. It's so weird because the whole thing is kind of back heavy. So can I? Yes. Very good. I can remove this. The conveyor will go up here and then I might, yeah, I just want to have that so it is visually a bit more stable. So that's just why this thing needs to go on there. Good. Yeah, should we drive the thing somewhere and then maybe make a bit of a test drilling. We should try that. We should try that. I will disconnect the whole thing. Hopefully nothing explodes. And then we drive it off. 8. Okay, this works. Can we fold it back in? It seems the weight issues already started to get kind of less. 4. Fold that thing in. Ooh, okay, rotor lock. Okay, rotor. I will just use both advanced rotors, have them in a group, to just lock them down. Rotor lock. And we could try to set up inertia tensors everywhere. That is something I might want to test so it doesn't completely go haywire. Piston, share inertia tensor, and the rotors, I will do it too with them. That hopefully works. And now I will go and find a nice spot where we can just use that thing. I just don't want to be too close to the base. I have the Mars magnesium and nickel back there. Maybe I will just go there. That's where I tested out the badger mole a bit more. Good. Let me go there and then we just make a bit of a test drilling. It is really funny how movable this thing is. How well it works for its, don't know, nearly 600 tons, and having just 2 batteries on here and being, don't know, yeah, being just heavy as hell. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's slow, yeah, okay, but it's well behaved. It's well behaved when it comes to steering it, to accelerating with it. It's just it works really nice. The big truck is a cool thing, but let's say it that way. The big truck is, when it comes to moving it, a pain, a real pain. And this thing here is crazy nice. Okay, let us bring it down so we can lock it. Now it's locked to the ground. We should be able to just prop up the, okay, the lock is off. Let us bring in the, ooh, okay, what is the, I need to take a look what the, this is the advanced rotor, the, what's that called? Advanced rotor, it's the Programm up thingy, the lift, I don't know, we will call it that. And then hopefully G, bring in this, reverse, 8. Now it goes into position. I hope nothing scrapes. I have, before I left, added some things that I completely forgot. We have an assembler on board, we now have an ore detector on board, and we have a basic refinery on board. I want to see if this thing is able to do work on its own, if it is able to maybe okay, there's a problem with the rotor. If it maybe can, don't know, start to build up its own stuff and we don't have to. Okay, maybe I have that on here. Okay, then I have to see how it behaves, because you saw that it kind of bumped into place, then got shot back, and then it had to lift itself up again. Okay, we will again engage the rotor lock. No, we can't engage the rotor lock. We will have to put another rotor lock in place for just the lift rotor. Okay, now we need a second thing. So we need something for the pistons. And go into piston. Just a group with piston. And we need to say groups piston reverse. Then we need to set all the pistons to really slow settings. Minus 2.05. We will test it with this first. 0.1. It's the slowest. That's not too nice. Then the rotor at the bottom needs to can we just braking torque? We will go with braking torque so it can slow down. The velocity will be let us go with 1 first. That's maybe a bit too much. Or K advanced rotor, and then go with 0.5. And we need a way to stop that thing. All blocks. Toggle block on off. And then we need a toggle for the drills. Block tools. Okay, we might have to group them and then start them up with a group drill. Save G groups drill, and then just toggle block on off. Okay, I did that already for the mining machine, but again, we can't do that often enough. Now the question is are the pistons are too fast. We need to bring the pistons down. The piston settings need to be way down. What is it set to? Okay. 2. Maybe that helps. That seems to be slow enough, I have the feeling. Maybe we need to bring it down even more. With 4 pistons, it adds up. So then we run into real problems. It's still so fast. I have the feeling we will really run into problems if it just gets jammed into the no. Minus 0.01. That's what we had, or is that? See, now they are completely jammed into the ground. 3 off. This stays on. Piston. Reverse. Bring that back up. Oh, I hope nothing is broken already. Might be so slow right now that it just We just can't see it. Is it moving? It's not moving at all. Okay. Piston. Just now. Are the pistons already? The pistons are already damaged. Oh. No. They're not. Okay. It's... Oh, why are they not moving back up? This is not right. This is just not right. Bring that back up. They automatically stop for some reason. Maybe if we drill out the area and release the whole, it could be that it gets forces from the side and then it might borg out. I have it already on my... I could... Why? I'm using drills, so why not just go into the block tools, use that 8 and just... Can I reverse the rotor? Maybe I can also do that. All blocks, advanced rotor, reverse, so 3 and 4. Okay, it was really just the fact that there was, yeah, tension on it, and that makes problems then. Okay, we need to go really slow with the pistons. Nice. Turn on the drills again. And now we go really slow. Piston. Minus 0.01. Or we need to speed up the rotor. That's also a thing we can do. Advanced rotor. But the big problem with, although we are scraping, we could just go up to, I don't know, 7. And then let's hope everything works here. The pistons are again not working, completely working. Or did I not reverse them? I might have to reverse them. So let us just see how that works out. I think the drills are good that way. So let us just taking a look how that works out. It's weird because it gives me a bit of tension just because these things can go so horribly wrong, and I don't want this to go horribly wrong. Because I now have put work into this thing. The mining machine is a bit... How to say? The mining machine was not such a big thing, not such a... Don't know, I didn't put as much thought into the mining machine as I put into this thing. And if the whole mining assembly now would just go horribly wrong and destroy this thing, be really bummed out, because I have plans for how to structure the cockpit, how to put in glass to make it so that we can take a look from the cockpit at what's happening down here. And I'm still figuring out how to set up all the connectors, the tidbits, and the basic refineries and whatever we want to have on board. I want to use basic refineries to get rid of the stone again, so we don't end up with a machine being completely full of stone. And that's why I want to have them. This seems to work. It's not hanging up, and the drills seem to be fast enough to make a good impact. That's really, really nice. It's not too harsh. We know now that they emergency stop when there's too much tension on the whole system. That's a good thing. And now I will wait and see if it hits something that we can use, and then we might go back to the station and make some more adjustments. And again, at one point we might be able to just leave that thing out here as a real mobile base that brings in its own materials. And if we can outfit it in a way where we can maybe have some oxygen generators here on board and all that stuff, we are even able to make it self-sustaining in a way. That would be really nice. With the power situation, we it seems we can really live with the batteries that we have on board, and they 10 hours, 24 hours, so they are getting constantly loaded. That seems to work. The drills and the pistons, they're not really power hungry. The only thing that at the moment uses a lot of power could be the antenna, and it's the basic refinery could do crazy work right now. Let me see what it brings in, if it already works. So we have some large cargo containers with some stuff in it. We have stone, and we are getting in the iron, the nickel, and we will have to think about a way to maybe at one point just reduce the gravel. It could be that gravel might be a real issue. So that's really nice. We can work that way, and with maybe multiple basic refineries, it could, we could end up with a thing that is completely self-sustaining. If it can catch ice, we can even have some O2 generators on here, and on the other hand, we could use O2 farms to just harvest it from the sun. That's also a thing. Let me wait until this is done. We take a look if there is any materials that came in, and if we were able to dig to the materials that we have here. So there's magnesium below us in 46.9 meters. The extension of these things should be each 40 meters. So we should reach that. The drill hangs lower than the ore detector, and we should reach that. I will wait a moment and come back to you with with some results here. I think our drill's finished, and I cannot fly down there because I only have 16 units of hydrogen left. It was a good idea to bring in an assembler and the basic refinery, because that way I was able to construct a staircase up here, and I was also able to construct an O2 generator. So I saw some ice on the way. Maybe we go there, or I will go there on the way back home, drill a bit of ice out. If I find cobalt, by the way, I don't even need to go back home. I started a cargo container, small one, to be able to access the system from down there, and I just need cobalt to fix it to fix it up. I will maybe search a bit and find that thing, and then if I can refuel my hydrogen, I might just fly back. Wait, it's just 1.7 kilometers. It's not so far. I could even walk that if I would want it. But maybe I can just leave it out here. The nice thing is that with being able to drill out iron, with being able to drill out everything that we need here, I can just, I don't know, have it stay here, work on it while it is drilling. I'm not sure how I want to do that. We will see, but first I want to bring the drill head back up, and then we will see how we'll do that. It's not decided yet. Maybe if you want, have a say on that. That would be neat. So bring the pistons back up. I should, don't know, have two different. I should have two different speed settings for bringing it back up, or something like that, because now we have to bring it back up in the same speed that we drilled into the ground. It might make the whole thing tedious, but we will see. It's nice. With the mining machine, I had no problem because the mining machine was designed to just be left alone. But here I might want to start it up again and go away and then, don't know, come back later or something. No, here I might want to bring the thing in, then drive somewhere else really quick. The mining machine is something completely different. Okay, let me take a look. Here I've produced some materials. So we brought in, it's just 7k magnesium. That's the only thing, but we brought in a lot of stone on the way up. There's not a lot of magnesium down there. There's a bit of a dark spot there, and that was the only magnesium that was down there. So I'm not sure if we go deeper that we really find the big patch of magnesium that we might want to have. So it is still there, and it moved its position. The patches do that as soon as you start to drill out, because I think it takes the center of the whole magnesium patch, the densest center of mass, I don't know, something like that, however it takes a look at how I want to. And so we drilled just out one bit of corner there. The amount of drills that we have on here is also relatively small. I think it's okay for this thing, but I hope that other patches are a bit more fruitful when it comes to stuff like that. Good people, I think that's all for today. We have this thing up and running now. The only thing that we bought today, I'm not able to speak. The only thing that we need to do now is, beautify it, then decide what other machinery we want to have on board, maybe make a bit of a flight deck so we can have cargo drones come in, have a small... One thing I would like to have is a thing where I maybe have a small rover that I can drive up on this thing, or that I can store underneath this thing and just take it with me. That would be something that we might want to be looking at. So that's one of the next things that we have to work on. Again, here we want to work with rovers. So I had in my mind I should have a flight deck for a ship that I can bring me around. Nope. That's not how we want to do that. So a rover will have to be the thing that we might take home, or something like that. Something quick, something agile, something flat, so we don't topple over and all that stuff. But I think this episode is done for now, and I hope you liked it. If you did, then please leave a like on the video. That would be really nice. Leave a comment if you have something, don't know, that might help me out, or have suggestions that I really like to read comments that give me suggestions. Again, I'm not fond of backseat gamers, but people with good suggestions I'm always fond of. Take a look at the description. There's all the links to everything. Patreon, for example, that is something, if you maybe want to consider that, then there's my Twitter and all that stuff. And yeah, by the way, one thing that a lot of people asked me is something where can you find all the mods that I'm using. There's a collection in the description that I usually update sometimes and bring in the mods that I really like. I test out mods and then I bring them into the collection. Sometimes stuff leaves the collection because I might not be too fond of it anymore, or it's broken and we can't use it anymore. Take a look at that too. Okay, people, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you guys.